Well, hey guys. So I wanted to go over a couple of hints for drawing the doors in the door in the back wall, the door on the side wall, and the two windows. So as he mentions, the top of the door should be a little bit above center. So there's our vanishing point. So I'm going to come a little bit above center, and if you use your ruler, your straight edge, and line it up with the top of your back wall, it's easy to make a nice horizontal line. And then the same with this here. I'm going to line it up with the side, and I get a nice horizontal line. And then as far as how thick the door is, how wide the door is, the ruler I'm using, I'm going just about a little bigger than the width of the ruler. That doesn't really matter too much. So we've just now drawn this part of the door. Okay? So the next thing he mentions is we need a width of the door opening. So we're going to draw a vertical line. Remember, all lines are either vertical or they are vanishing point lines. So now we do a vanishing point line, vanishing point to the corner of the door, to that vertical line, vanishing point from the bottom corner of the door to that vertical line. And then for the top of the door, we're going to draw a horizontal line from that intersection. Okay. Now, he draws a horizontal line at the bottom of the door. That's up to you. I don't do that. I just leave it open. But now we have our door. Okay. He talks about making the back room by lining up the front room and extending it through the doorway into the back room. And then choosing a point, drawing a horizontal line. So there's a vanishing point line because it's an angled line. It's got to be a vanishing point line. And then this is a horizontal line. So again, using my original square to help me make a nice horizontal line, and then a vertical line for the back corner of the room, again using my original square to try and get as vertical as possible. Now later he added a door back here. You can do that. I don't usually do that. It gets a little too crowded back there. I just leave that alone. Okay, so the next thing he did was he established where the sidewall door goes. So again, I'm using my ruler to help me do a nice vertical line. And then the width of the door is going to be a little bit wider than the door here because it's closer to us. Now here's my tip on getting the height. The height of doors are always the same height. So to get a corresponding height for the side door, take and put a tick mark in the corner of the room at the top of your back door right here. So I'm just putting a little tick mark right there. Now I'm going to use that tick mark and my vanishing point. So vanishing point, tick mark, which lines up with the height of that door, and that gives us the height of this door, which would be in perspective the same height as that door. Then we need some thickness for the door jamb, the door opening. So there's that vertical line. Remember, horizontal lines. Okay, so there's a horizontal line there. And there is a horizontal line there. Now from that corner, now I can draw the underneath side of the door opening with a vanishing point line. So there's the underneath side of the door. Now he talked about putting the back wall in this door, which just was simply lining up with the back of the main room and extending that through the doorway. So now you have your back room. So the windows, if you look at the windows in your bedroom, you'll notice that they're at the exact same height as your door. So we're going to do the same thing over here for the windows. We're going to line up the top of the door. We're going to put a tick mark right there, and that gives us the height of our windows. We use a vanishing point and the tick mark, and there's the height of our windows. To get the bottom of our window, I want you to come down and eyeball about halfway down from that tick mark that you just made to the bottom. Put another tick mark. Just eyeball what you think is about half. And now line up that with the vanishing point. And there's the bottom of your windows. So again, there's my tick mark. That my vanishing point line gave me the top of the windows. I came down about halfway, eyeballed halfway. There's my tick mark, and there's the bottom of my windows. Okay? So, now I need to get the window width. So a vertical line here. I'm going to go ahead and use the width of my ruler. I'm going to come over a little bit. And because they're getting closer to me, I got to go a little bit further because it's got to be a little bit bigger. And there's my windows. So to get the, just like with the door over here, I've got to have a vertical line. And because this window's a little closer, it's going to be a little bit wider. And then just like the door over here where we had a horizontal line, we're going to have a horizontal line here. Now again, I'm going to line up my ruler with the top to get it as horizontal as possible. So I'm looking at the relationship between the ruler and the top of the door, the top of the wall. Same thing here. That looks pretty good. There's my horizontal line. Got to do the same thing at the bottom. So now, see, I'm off a little bit. So I'm going to lower it down. Now it looks like I'm parallel. And I'm going to draw a horizontal line there. And drop it down here. And draw a horizontal line here. And now, just like the underneath side of the door, I'm going to go back to my vanishing point lines. And take a vanishing point line there. Readjust it for this other window because it's not going to be necessarily in the same spot. So there's the underneath sides of my windows. And they're thin because they're thinner than the door. Okay, so it is pretty thin line or space for the windowsill, but it is what it is. So there's our, okay, so those are your tricks, okay? Using the height of the door that you originally drew to give you a point to line up for the top of your door, okay? With your vanishing point. And then that same height over here for the top of your windows with a vanishing point line. See how that line lines up with my vanishing point? And then eyeballing halfway down, and there's the bottom of my windows. Okay? So hopefully that gives you a couple of tricks on how to do your doors and your windows. And again, you don't have to do a door back here later in the video if you don't want to. So stay tuned for tomorrow, and I'll help you draw your table tomorrow. Okay? You guys have fun. Bye.